just put in perspective the significance of tonight and how much hard work has gone into it, and this has been solely on volunteer efforts of our team and our team at EarQ and just people who want to help out. No longer can we live with the fact that so many people go untreated that we have to do something. So we decided, instead of focusing on the loss, let's focus on the gain. Let's focus on that moment and what it gives back. And if we tell those stories, magic can happen, amazing things can happen, and more people are going to see this, and they're going to see the stories of people like our champions, and they're going to say, you know what? Maybe I can do that. Maybe I can be that entrepreneur I wanted to be, or that athlete. I mean, our HearStrong Champions are diverse. I really hope, if you haven't been to HearStrong's website, that you will go there and you will see they're doctors, they're lawyers, they're professional athletes. I mean, we have a Super Bowl running back here in the crowd today, and Derrick Coleman. Can I get a round of applause for this guy?
I was a writer, ended up getting a fellowship. To keep that fellowship, the first thing they did was they put me in front of a classroom. I had to teach composition to sophomores. That first day was a tough day. If I hadn't had hearing devices, no, I wouldn't be teaching. I mean, it certainly was one of those moments where I'm not sure I'm going to be able to pull this off. And I started to think as hard as I could about what was I going to do, because I needed to keep this fellowship. It didn't happen overnight, but I began to understand that I could influence that environment, and I did. Started going in the night before, moving the tables around, creating small groups, divide and conquer, so that I could walk around easily and naturally and talk. And I began to create lesson plans that foregrounded conferencing. Thankfully, it was a writing class, and that played to my strengths.
I went to the ER, and then it was just kind of took over, and lost my hearing. It totally changes your professional career. I have to, work with surgeons in the operating room, and all of a sudden not being able to hear, and then you have surgeons that, just give me this right, can I have that right there? And you can't hear anything. I'm like, come on, speak up. So that was a tough part there. Communicating with my family was tough, but it's gotten better. What am I going to do for a job? Should I give up? I've never given up, so I just need to spread the word that there's help out there, and you can do it. You're not alone.
I lost hearing in my right ear in my early 30s, and to be in the environment that I'm in, where you're anywhere from 60, 70, sometimes 80,000 people, and as an athletic trainer, to be able to not hear what's going on because of whether crowd noise or whatnot, it's very difficult. So when I lost my hearing, I tell people this: you can fly on one engine, but when that second engine conks out, you're going to glide, and then you're going to hit the ground eventually. And it could be a soft landing, it could be a hard landing. For me, it was a hard landing because it was sudden and dramatic. I woke up deaf. So I'm very blessed to have the hearing aids and the technology and a very dedicated audiologist. And I'm just very grateful because I'm back in the game and I can compete. His family advocates for early intervention because they believe it greatly helped their son Braden succeed. Because from day one, he had hearing challenges, and from day one, he got the help he needed. He's a very active kid who loves t-ball, soccer, reading, basketball, football. I understand the Broncos and the Eagles are your favorite team. We're going to work on that. We're going to talk about that a little bit. But please welcome Braden. Come on up, Braden. With your hearing aids, what special things do they do to help you with in terms of hearing the teacher?
It helps you by you could listen to your teacher really well.
Have you ever lost them?
Yes.
I'm guilty of that too. Do you have any girlfriends?
No.
All right, I'm going to ask Mr. Derrick Coleman to come up. Well, I got to tell you, this is pretty cool for me tonight to meet Braden. And it's also cool for me to meet Derrick because I remember reading about him. I remember watching him. I remember watching him compete. And actually, you're one of my heroes. So it's, we have something in common, being in the NFL, wearing hearing aids.
I lost my hearing when I was 3 years old. My dad took me to the barber shop, and my barber trying to have a conversation with me, and I guess I wasn't responding well. Wasn't hearing anything. My dad was like, okay, something not right. Very fortunate enough to be able to go to a school, go to a high school and college where I had audiologists around me, and they were just helping. Everything you guys do, you're helping the parents, you're teaching them what they can do. And one of the biggest things that they told my parents was just to take me everywhere. I'm nobody special, I'm just a guy that wanted to go have fun. I'm not a star player, I was just a guy that just loved to work hard and just loved being out there and embraced it. That's why I'm happy to wear enough to wear a Super Bowl ring in my mind. Not because of the fact that, yeah, we want to see Seattle Seahawks, we won and all that, but because I was able to be a part of something, because of my hearing. Because of all you guys, I was able to be a part of something. I was able to be a part of a group of guys that understood that, oh, he can't hear. Like, they took all that doubt in my mind because I just went out and been myself. I didn't worry about, oh, are they gonna like me or not? I want to go have fun. I'm not gonna let anything stop me, like hearing aids or not.
I failed the school hearing test, so we went to the district and audiologists to see what was wrong with me, and my cochlears don't work. I am a dancer. I'm on a competition team, so I am competing almost every weekend now. Before I was diagnosed with hearing loss, I heard the music in dance through the floor. Like, they turned the music up loud enough so that I felt the beats through the floor, and that really helped. And then when I got hearing aids, it just helped me hear the real music instead of just the beats. I feel like getting hearing aids was a blessing because when my brother was born, I had hearing aids so I could hear him. I could hear him laugh, I could hear him cry, and it was amazing because I had hearing aids. I could actually hear him.
You may not know the story of how you were selected as the 100th HearStrong Champion. So
I was so excited.
So here I'm gonna just. So we were this thing evolved kind of naturally, and so we realized this is coming up. Wow, this is significant. So we wanted a story to tell that was as big as life. And Ingrid is not only a successful tech entrepreneur, was very active in the Dell Corporation and played a key role there. But what really, that to me pales in comparison to what you're doing right now. Ingrid started an organization called Empowering 1 Billion Women by 2020.
The principal of the school called my parents in, and he said to my parents in the 3rd grade, we were finishing up school, I was getting ready to go to the 4th grade, and he essentially said, Dr. and Mrs. Vanderveldt, my parents, your daughter can no longer go to school here because she's a distraction to all the other kids in school, and we can't help her learn. At that moment in time, I was sent off for 3 years to a special school for special children with special needs. And it was over those 3 years that we realized that what was actually going on was I had hearing challenges. But had I not had those 3 years and parents, and so I was like getting teary-eyed with Braden, because I always say, had my parents not continued to push and say, there's something else going on, there's got to be something else going on here, had they not continued to push and push and push and realize that I had hearing challenges that once solved I could excel, like I can't even imagine where I would have been today. It is shocking to me how often, again, it's something as simple as identification of a hearing issue that all of a sudden you're going to realize the child that you have that might not be accomplishing what they're wanting or what you want to see in them. You solve this little item, which isn't a little item, all of a sudden it's game changing. And what it does for adults is just extraordinary. So yeah, you have an advocate in all of us at Empowering a Billion Women by 2020. Thank you so much.
And thank you for that. I am certain that everyone in this room knows at least one person that's struggling with hearing loss. And you have the opportunity to take the safe route and say, you know what, it's none of my business, I'm going to stand on the sideline, that they have to figure this out themselves. Or you can be their champion. You can be the one that says, you know what, I see you're struggling, I understand something about it, and I want to help you find the way. And that's what I think each and every one of our responsibilities is, to do just that. Don't take a back seat to this. Be their champion to get them connected to life, and you will change their life.